council to make a quorum.
An agenda item.
No evidence was presented, as I said before. It did not happen. There was
Talk about a non-agenda
a
point of order, please. Point of order.
To have order in this chamber, or I'm going to empty this chamber. Ms. Porter, this was not an agenda item.
Thank you, Mayor. It's ironic.
Point of order from someone on the council.
Hold on just a minute, Councilwoman. We're going to keep order in these chambers.
Get her out. Get her out.
This is it, Councilwoman Porter, I need to run a meeting. One more warning, this is it. We're gonna clear the chamber.
Well, Mayor, you're the one that said you weren't gonna follow any rules.
Point of order from someone. A point of order from the council.
All right, clear the chamber. That's it, clear it.
Do your job.
Tyranny, corruption, extortion.
Sunshine is the best disinfectant. BZWATCHDOG News Network.
All right, Watchdogs, before we even get started, you already know the drill. Smash that like button, drop a comment, share this everywhere, subscribe on YouTube, and follow on Facebook for real-time updates. Because apparently, transparency only exists when we force it to. Now let's talk about Conroe. I was notified the other day that everyone was kicked out of a city council meeting in Conroe. Why? Because the council member couldn't maintain order and caused an uproar. So naturally, instead of holding the elected official accountable, they locked the public out. Oh, but don't worry. They let the agenda speaker stay, and the same council member who was out of order, yeah, they stayed too. So let me get this straight. The taxpayers, locked out, the disruption, still inside. The optics, absolutely terrible. And while we're on the subject of terrible optics, there's still a big shiny 30.06 sign on the door. A sign that doesn't even apply the way they think it does anymore when it comes to licensed carriers and open meetings. But hey, details and laws are just suggestions, right? Now, some of you might remember I already had an incident involving Russell Hopkins, the one-armed disabled man who was arrested and beaten by Conroe PD. So when this meeting situation popped up, something didn't sit right. You know that feeling when the smoke alarm goes off and you start looking for the fire? Yeah, well, Conroe, congratulations. You just tripped the Watchdog alarm. Because now I'm digging, and when I dig, I bring receipts, documents, videos, timelines, and I don't stop when it gets uncomfortable. If you thought kicking citizens out of a public meeting would make this go away, you clearly don't know me. Conroe, the Watchdog is coming, the sunlight is coming, and we're about to expose whatever corruption you're trying so desperately to keep in the dark. And remember this, sunlight is the best disinfectant.
We have had a great relationship with Willis ISD for many years, and unfortunately, as everybody knows, last summer we kind of got off track a little bit. We got a lot of people involved in our business that had no business being in our business, and the city is a great negotiator, and Willis ISD is a great negotiator, and we've always been great partners. And they have come to us recently, as all of you already know, and they want to be good partners, and the city wants to be a good partner. They have requested to dismiss their lawsuit, and they have done so. And after that, we were able to go to the table and have a fair and purposeful discussion with Willis. And we are pleased tonight to recommend you authorizing us to dismiss our side of the lawsuit so that we can move forward as good partners as we should be. And I'll take any questions that you have, but staff would recommend an approval of item 2.
Any questions? All right, entertain a motion, please.
I'd like to have a statement.
I'd like to get a motion, and then we'll get a second, and then we'll open it up for discussion. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I'd like to say regarding the situation involving the city of Conroe and Willis ISD, I want to address the misinformation and unnecessary public conflict that surrounded this issue. false accusations were made by County Judge Kehoe toward the city of Conroe, which escalated tensions and created confusion toward an important time for Willis ISD. At the same time, there was also a concern involving Councilman Howard Wood engaging in unauthorized negotiations on behalf of the city, which contributed to the situation and impacted the school opening process. This also opened an investigation by the DA's office. Despite these challenges, the city of Conroe and Willis ISD were ultimately able to work through the issue appropriately and reach a resolution without the level of bad publicity that neither entity deserved. The mayor has said multiple times that the county judge's accusations were wrong and that he wanted to address them publicly. I believe now is the time to show leadership, clarify the facts, and help our community to move forward from unnecessary conflict surrounding Willis ISD. Thank you.
Any further comments?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to.
We're gonna, by the way, we're gonna hold our applause, please. Thank you. Go ahead.
John Sellers said that the lawsuit was dropped because the dispute was settled and the financial terms were significantly in favor of Willis ISD. This is absolutely incorrect. Willis ISD dropped the lawsuit, enabling Willis ISD and the city of Conroe to negotiate. We could not negotiate while the lawsuit was being done. John Sellers also applied that the lawsuit had to be used in order to bring the city to the table. That's not true, because we could not come to the table while we were being sued. Again, the city came to the table when the Willis ISD dismissed the lawsuit. And John, you wanted to know why the cost was $4 million to Willis ISD instead of the $1,858,062 as the agreement states. And that answer is really obvious. It's because we were not calculating the cost of water based on building water wells. The city based the new calculation on surface water from our settlement with SJRA, which is much cheaper. And those rates will continue to fall as we use more surface water. So essentially, Willis ISD got a fair deal. It was a good deal for the city, and it was a good deal for Willis. And while we're talking about misinformation, Mayor, I think it's important that the citizens know that the Attorney General response has come back. And he has confirmed our charter.
Ms. Porter, that
It
is not-
takes 4 members
that
of
is
this
not
council
an
to make
agenda-
the quorum.
An agenda item.
No evidence was presented, as I said before. It did not happen. There was only 1, 2, 3 vote during that time on an employee Christmas holiday.
Can I talk about another
It's
agenda
confirmed.
A point of order, please. Point of order. Point of order.
We are going to have order in this chamber, or I'm going to empty this chamber. Ms. Porter, this was not an agenda item, and I would ask for you to
I
have
am correcting
respect.
misinformation.
I would ask for you to have respect for our citizens and your fellow council members. No one knows what you're about to say here, so I will just remind you to keep your comments to the agenda item, or wait to the end of the meeting to
Mayor,
have
I think
something to
this
be
is
placed
so
on
important,
the
I'm willing to
agenda.
be fine.
Thank you, Mayor.
It's ironic.
Point of order from someone on the council.
Are still telling the people that
Hold on
3
just a minute,
people cannot
Councilwoman.
meet. And
We're
there's
going to
certainly
keep-
no
we're going
problem
to
with
keep
people
order
meeting
in these
and voting on a
chambers.
hotel, but it seems to have a
Get her out.
problem.
Get her out. Get her out. Get on the agenda.
Hey, folks, this is it. Councilwoman Porter, I need to run a meeting. One more warning. This is it. We're gonna clear the chamber. Councilwoman Porter, you're out of line and out of order. Now, is there any
It's
further?
something that is important that needs to be said.
Councilwoman
Mayor.
Porter can place
And-
it on the agenda. Now, we're out of order here. We're gonna run this meeting appropriately.
Well, Mayor, you're the one that said you weren't gonna follow any rules. In the January 6th meeting, if you remember,
Is
you
there
were
any-
not gonna enforce any rules.
Is there
So
any other
I'm willing,
comments?
Point of order from someone. A point of order from the council.
All right, clear the chamber. That's it. Clear it.
Do your job.
Is there any comment?
Are we in recess? Are we in recess now?
I didn't even know they had a playground. I don't want to recess.
To those speakers, we will reach back out to you. We're waiting for you. We'll bring you back in. Those non-agenda item speakers and those speaking on the agenda related to the public hearing.
This kind of fun. We should do this every
We're going to take a brief recess in 5 minutes.
Yes, sir. Did you?
Why don't you kick Martha out? Thank you so much.
Do your job, please.
By the way, nothing Mark Keel said was false, by the way.
See all that out back. It's all part of Look, she's smiling.
Are you judging people? What does the Bible say about judging people? Huh? What does the
Is
Bible
someone
say about
a,
What's your problem? Say it.
I love your cross, dude. It's
Don't be a
beautiful.
coward.
Your cross
Don't
is
be a
absolutely
coward.
beautiful.
Don't be a coward. Say it. What do you got to say? You don't like my cross? Huh? What is You came up with it. Travis. Yeah, what do you think? Travis, you can't even talk. Travis. What's your point? What's your point? Go cry. Go cry. Look at you came up to me. You came up to me. Buddy. You came up to me talking smack. Anytime, my man. You got him? Public discourse. Nothing that
Y'all want some night? They'll bump with me. I'll take care of some business. As soon as I get in seat, I tell you the day one, I'm going to deliver for everybody. I'm going to deliver what y'all looking for. I'm going to deliver the obvious law up here.
He did not do that. He could have removed her. He did not do that. He instead kicked out the citizens. Can you believe that? That's why they are hated. And that's why they're not liked. And that's why he's likely going to lose his next election. And why are you here? And why are you here? I am here to support this guy. I'm here to support the citizens and the small businesses. I own a small business. I don't want these guys paying $500 for a permit. That is absurd, and that is something that you can't even pay with 1 weekend of sales. And so anyhow, folks, do not trust what they say. These politicians have been in control way too long, especially Bush. And I don't know why how he's going to be elected. Hopefully this will be the last stage. And I support small businesses. I'm all for you guys. Are you running for office? I'm running for mayor in Montgomery. That's on the side. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, I'm going to deliver.
Thank you.
We're going to bring a little bit of
Thank you.
Cody out. Wait, we're going to have Cody out there when I win.
Of course, you got it, brother.
Yes, sir.
Small.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can't wait till this election over and I'll be up there.
Are you so you're running for mayor?
I'm running for councilman.
Councilman?
Thursday at 3 council, we're going to deliver.
My name is Mr. Guy. I
Okay.
run a YouTube channel. It's kind of
Okay.
small.
Okay.
As you see,
Okay,
I don't agree with
I
hearing.
also have a Conroe Press. You probably saw me on there.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm here to document the tyranny they're trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know, have you heard about the one-armed homeless man? So, Conroe PD arrested a one-armed homeless man for holding a sign.
For what kind of sign was he holding?
Help, please help, I'm homeless. It doesn't matter, it's a First Amendment. It's a
Where
first,
was it at?
it's public sidewalk. 336 North on a public sidewalk. And he said, you're breaking the law. He said, no, I'm exercising my First Amendment right, you know,
And you arrested?
which he was doing. He said, give me your ID. He said, I haven't broken the law, I don't have to. Under 3802, Texas Penal Code, you don't have to identify yourself. They literally I don't know, they won't release the body cams. They broke up one man, his collarbone, hog-tied him. One arm, hog-tied him and broke his collarbone. I believe in this November, December.
Gotta talk with them about it.
But then also they only allow 10 people to speak during public comment.
Yeah.
That's against the law.
Talk with the chief about it, on one-on-one, to see what he said about it.
Not yet. Because it's they won't reduce the body cams.
All right, buddy. All right. I'll see you tonight. Since I just take an eye with it, hold on a second.
What's up, man? Good seeing you again. You doing all right?
Yes, sir. Hey, you do understand why I was out there, right?
It's just America, man. It's your right to
And it
do all that
wasn't
stuff, man.
like it wasn't to make content per se. You know, it's for conversation. And that's why I was out there for. I literally had over 100 conversations that day, and that one person didn't like me.
And that's good. That's good to have conversations with people. And you're going to run, when you talk to a lot of people like that, you're going to run into one or two people that don't understand, you know, the rights and things like that.
You know,
So.
like, dude, like, come on, y'all look homeless. Like, I literally had weeded people on my shoes or weeded people on my back. Like kind of try to make it as obvious as possible, you know, but. Yeah, you don't gotta ask. They won't allow us in there. They kicked everyone out. Straight tyranny. Straight tyrants. Kicked everyone out.
Maybe I can use my...
Chief of police, the Watchdog that's Shannon's husband. That's where the psychologist is coming from. He needs to convince her to get off the board because she's doing a terrible job. There's no wonder why.
The third party financial.
And then somebody screaming, point of order behind me, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Somebody knows terminology. What is it? Somebody's got Robert's rules down.
So that was Shannon's husband. It's like, we discussed it with Rush on a vision. Open this for me. I was like, what? He's like, shut up. I was like, so I turned around and I was like, why?
Just now?
Yeah. That guy right there, the orange. That's Shannon's.
Oh, that's Shauna's husband? What a dick.
Yeah. You should go talk to him about it.
I will. So, can you tell me what's going on here other than, I know a little bit of it.
Yeah, debt and debauchery is what's going on here. They kicked out all of the citizens because the councilwoman wouldn't shut up. And when the citizens called her out for not shutting up as required and requested by the mayor, they kicked all the citizens out. And then you have like the husbands of council people, like right here, who goes up to private citizens, fights, and call them out on religion. So he's trying to start a fight. Councilman's trying to start a fight, talking about religion, how I'm not Christian, all that type of stuff. Not sure what he was
Do you
trying to
support me being a Muslim or a Jew?
You need to move away.
Why? I have a freedom of symbol right here, in a public property.
You want to pick a fight with me now?
I'm just asking you a question. You said something about his Christianity.
No, I said I like this cross. I just didn't like he was wearing it.
Oh. So only certain people can wear it? Only certain people can wear it? Only certain people can wear a cross? Only certain people can wear it? Where's your little hat at? That's what you're acting like. Yeah. Resist that tyranny. Unlike you, right? You said you love licking that tyranny, don't you? Do you lick that boot? Do you lick that boot? Life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness? Life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, huh? You're taking people's livelihoods away? trying to get, what, $500 non-refundable permits? You support that, don't you? You support $500 permits, non-refundable, once every 3 months? What about the $9 million that the construction company got for the Hyatt Hotel? How much money are we in debt on that? What about the one-armed homeless man that Conroe PD broke collarbone and hog-tied him? Do you have any word on that? Do you support that? Do you support the homeless getting beat and their collarbone broken? You do support that, don't you? You support tyranny, don't you? You love when homeless people get their ass beat by the police, don't you? For exercising their First Amendment rights. We know why you're here.
I'm running to be the people's candidate.
We need transparency, please.
Get to item number 3, please. I need the history of what's going on. He had confusion about the 4 million. The 4 million was for 4 schools. 1.6
I told you from the beginning, told y'all, we don't care about community, we care about...
All they care about is money. All they want is money. They want us to pay our taxes to be good tax cattle. I know one of them got $9 million. Or at least the company he works for did. No, you need to write your own sign. I'm going to write.
Way more. Come on.
Anything exciting?
Request the body cams and stuff like that,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But
You didn't get anything good out of him?
just speak English. Speak English. I don't understand you.
That's what he said?
He said you're just here to antagonize
Dude,
or
I was
something.
walking out, he's like, shut up. And I was like, what, me? He's like, yeah, I don't like your cross that you're wearing.
I told him, I said, what, you don't like me being a Muslim Jew?
Woo! That's what you said?
Yeah.
That's
What did you say to him?
I told him you don't like me being a Muslim Jew.
That was interesting.
Oh, I mean, give me.
I told him, of course you don't.
That was, huh?
I told,
It was perfect though, just to expose them.
Of course, but
They kicked out the citizens and not the person. That's what was going on.
They need more time. Because I don't think they're ready for everything there.
They're gonna get. I mean, this just made them so mad.
oh, dude.
I can't pay the permit. I can't afford the permit fee to continue my events downtown, but she can afford to pay whatever she wants, to say whatever she wants. No. Yep. Ding, ding.
Money pays to play.
Money gives you freedom of speech.
Yep.
And the right to do business in this town.
Yeah, so they just kicked everyone out. I guess because one of the councilwomen's didn't want to shut her little pie hole, so they kicked everyone out for a point of order or some bullshit. But it is what it is. Just exposing their tyrant ass. CJ Grisham, is that legal? Are these legal signs? Public meeting. 30.7, 4603, and 30.6. I'm pretty sure that's a legal sign now, isn't it? Let me know. So, how are they treating you?
I haven't really dealt with it much.
You never had to deal with the permitting that much?
I went to go submit, and they told me that they weren't accepting any applications.
Of course.
Okay. Until they figured all this out. And then when they figured it out, I decided I wasn't going to submit an application until we came up here and
voice our opinion. They're gonna get really mad when we start using the F-bomb in there.
They're gonna get really mad whenever they all get voted out.
That too, and sued. Because trust me, I'm about to. If they let me speak, I'm about to drop some choice words for them, and let them get me out, kick me out for disorderly conduct. I have a First Amendment right. That'd be. You know the Attorney General rewrote that code, right?
The places where weapons prohibited?
Yes, sir.
When did they rewrite
December 2025.
December 2025.
All right, Watchdogs, let's recap the circus before we shut this one down. Here's what we just watched in real time. A council meeting gets derailed. Point of order gets screamed like it's a magic spell, and instead of handling the problem where it started, they go straight to the nuclear option. Have order in this chamber. I'm going to empty this chamber. And what happens next? Not restore order. Not follow the rules. Not keep it professional. Nope. They threaten to clear the room, and the citizens, the taxpayers, get treated like the problem. Meanwhile, the chaos is allowed to keep breathing inside the building like it pays rent. And let's not ignore the greatest hit of the night. This was not an agenda item. Cool. Great. Love it. Because somehow the public always gets told, not on the agenda, right up until the moment the people in power want to say whatever they want, whenever they want, with zero accountability. Then it's suddenly, rules for thee, but not for me. You heard it yourself. No evidence presented, arguments flying, do your job, echoing through the chamber, and the whole thing turning into a live demonstration of how to lose public trust in under 60 seconds. And when the citizens react, they don't address the conduct, they don't address the hypocrisy, they don't address the bad policy, they address the crowd. Translation: if you don't like what we're doing, we'll remove your ability to watch us do it. That's not leadership. That's optics management. That's panic, and that's crowd control. So if you're sitting at home thinking, man, that felt like tyranny, corruption, extortion, yeah, you're not crazy. You're just paying attention. Now, if you want to keep shining sunlight where they hate it the most, smash that like button, drop a comment, tell me what part of this meeting made your blood pressure spike, share this everywhere because the public can't fix what the public never sees, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. If you want to support the sunlight, become a channel member, pick up some merch, or leave a donation. Links are also in the description. And if you'd like to address your concerns directly, city contact info is also down below. Be polite, be firm, be relentless. Paper trails are undefeated. Conroe, you can lock the doors, but you can't lock out the truth forever. Sunlight is the best disinfectant.
Tyranny, corruption, extortion.
Sunshine is the best disinfectant. BZWATCHDOG News Network.